Okay. Oh, we're bleeding. Where's my bandage? Oh god, I didn't bring any. Oh no, I didn't. Throw whatever we can onto pebbles. Damn. Quite enough. Let's see if there's anything else of value here. And potentially end up leaving a bunch of stuff behind. Let's take and check the values on stuff. I'm going to drop anything that we're not currently having equipped that isn't at a value of 100, which unfortunately is just this tin cross. Okay, what about stuff on pebbles? A tournament longsword we can drop. Or grab off of pebbles, I guess. And the torch we can drop. Yeah, I'm going to change it to anything under 200. That's going to allow, well, that didn't really get us too much carry weight on pebbles, but got us enough to potentially be able to walk. Nope. Not enough to be able to walk. Damn. Okay. Just have to see if anything allows us to be able to do much more. Ooh. And I can't leave this stuff behind. just in case they come back. Now let's see what's in this main. Oh, we can't get it. Damn. I was thinking that's where all the good stuff was going to be. This is probably a way to sneak into the camp. We'll have to see about coming back and picking all of that up at some point. But for now, I think we'll hop on Pebbles and scone from this location, because there's still even more men with even more equipment that we're just leaving here. Okay, we need to go northeast.
Quick! Go!
Hey there, youngster. It's good to see you again.
Likewise. What can I do for you?
If you lend me a little time and a listening ear, I have another riddle for you.
Yes, another riddle.
Happenstance has thrust us together again.
So, what's it going to be this time?
If you can spare a while, I have another riddle for you. A trickier one this time.
Tell me where you're from.
Ah, right. You're the nosy one. I'm sort of from everywhere. I wander here and there, never staying anywhere for long.
And where did your journey begin?
Believe it or not, in Prague. Aye, lad. It's a city like no other.
A harder riddle, you say? Let's hear it then.
That first riddle was just a test. Just to practice. How about a wager? To make it more interesting. Even a poor vagrant like me has to eat. What do you say?
Why not? I'm happy to bet.
Listen carefully. Once upon a time, there was a fool of a farmer. Family he had none, no stable boys either. So he talked to his animals instead. And, good man that he was, whenever he made a groschen or two, he shared it with them according to his own rules. Every hen in the coop was paid 5 groschen. Every bee in the hive, 15. And the spider in the loft bagged a full 20 groschen. And now you tell me, how much did the cat get?
I don't understand I don't understand this riddle.
Tell me the riddle again.
Once upon a time, there was a fool of a farmer.
I have tried. I don't understand this riddle, so...
Around 50.
No, that's not it. But don't dismay. Better luck next time.
I think I'll be off.
God be with you.
I feel like all he did was just lie to me. I don't understand how that's a riddle at all. I don't know. There's a house here. Is it on the map? It is. It's a gamekeeper. I'll have to come back for that. And I wholeheartedly feel like he just stole 100 groschen from us. That wasn't even a riddle. Either way, God, it's so dark out here.
Go! Go! Quick!
Put the torch away because it's just kind of blinding me.
Whoa!
Oh, really? I have to wait for the torch, or for the torch. Why is this building a point of interest? A ransacked gamekeeper's hut. I didn't know. Quest here we can take on at some point apparently. Okay, well, we missed our turn back here, but that's fine because I'll just talk to whoever's there about
Quick!
something, and then make our way up towards there.
Quick!
Stopping by that forging contest again. Knowing that I rightfully won it, but no, they said that they won't even talk to me. They won't even acknowledge that I did a job. It could even potentially be better. I'm just salty. Actually, I don't know if these people are really gonna want to talk to us.
Whoa!
Because it's the middle of the night.
Good to see you.
Okay.
Greetings, Master Guard.
I don't have time to discuss it with Paul. You'll be watching it from now on, all right? Or I'll have to find another fet.
You can't just sack me, steward. I got this job from Ulrich von Neuhaus.
But I can make sure he knows how you run the place. That's the 5th yucca who got scrushed in here.
This is some jiggery-pokery.
Be quiet. And now clear off. Hey, stranger. What are you doing here?
You're a Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthard sent me. About Via Argentum.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
Have you found out anything at all?
Just rumors. And those are useless. What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game. If Sir Kunzling trusts you, you could help me in my investigation.
Well, that's actually why I'm here.
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
I'm from Skalitz, so I know a little bit about mining.
My word. You didn't work in the mines, did you?
I visited the mine once, but not to dig.
So I expect you don't know much. Well, no matter. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private.
All right. You mean this isn't private enough? Gentlemen. How private are we talking here? So just the other side of the
Where should
building.
I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. Mined out.
Won't they be suspicious if I ask those kind of questions?
Of course. You'll have to proceed with the utmost caution. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like calling each other Sonny, however old they are. But you'll hear for yourself. You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining, or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
I'll be an
I reckon I
inquisitive
could pose as a
scholar.
curious scholar.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mined. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free movement within the mine.
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? I reckon they must be wondering where I am by now. Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. We'll compare that number to the entry in the mine book. And don't forget, don't draw attention.
By the way, I've had the honor of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well, well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Sukhdol.
Even though we had some disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
Oh my god. I can ask so many questions.
Can any silver get lost?
It can. And unfortunately, it does happen. It may be a capital offense, but even that won't deter everyone. Most often, a pitman tries to smuggle pieces of ore under his clothes. It doesn't end well. Nevertheless, the entire path of the silver, from the ore beneath the ground to minted coins, is closely guarded. Every step is recorded in the books, so if someone is stealing large quantities, they must have it pretty damn well figured out.
What is this path of silver, anyway?
It's the whole process, from digging the silver ore out of the ground and processing it, to minting silver coins. Silver is found in ore veins underground. The pitmen mine it and get it to the surface. The chief foreman of a gallery counts the corves, and the assayer estimates the purchase price of the ore for the smelter. The raw ore goes to the smelter, where it's crushed in a stamp mill before it can be purified by roasting. Roasted ore goes to the furnaces, where it's smelted into raw and then pure silver. Silver is then cast into rods about as thick as your little finger.
Who makes money from all this?
The thing is, everyone does. Pitmen get paid for mining in the shaft. Mine operators get paid for raw ore. The smelters then smelt everything, sell the pure silver, and deduct the raw tithe. The silver rubs off on the hands of anyone who even touches it. But there's still enough left over for the king.
Who owns the silver that's mined here?
All the silver in the Kingdom of Bohemia belongs to the king, whether it's above ground or still below it. Though I'm sure you understand, the king has a lot on his mind, and he can't be expected to worry about mining, so he leases out the mining rights to his tenants. It's called the Burgergal. There's a lot of money in it. The tenants have to pay the king, and the king also receives a share of the pure silver from the smelting works. That's the royal tithe.
Who owns the mines?
The king grants mining rights to his loyal subjects, and these leaseholders can rent out their privileges to other people. All sorts of people operate mines in Kuttenberg. Nobility, rich burghers, even the monastery. In fact, Anyone with enough money to pay for new shafts to be dug can share in the proceeds.
Who's responsible for the mines?
The mines in the mint are supervised directly by the Royal Mint Master, Ulrich Vervark von Neuhaus. As the steward, I'm his direct subordinate. I oversee that everything runs smoothly on his behalf. Then come the chief foreman, then the other foreman, and finally the ordinary pitmen in the shafts. But I don't come in contact with them very often. We follow the path of silver until the moment an ore merchant buys the ore from us and takes it to a smelter.
How much do the mines pay to the king?
That depends on whether it's a royal mine or a mine in the hands of a mining guild, meaning the leaseholders.
I thought all mines were owned by the king.
That's right. But it's much more profitable for the king to grant mining rights to rich mine operators. They bear the cost of mining themselves and pay him a share. The king receives 1/3 of the profits from his own mines, but only 1/5 from the leaseholders. That's how he gets what's his from all the mining.
What about the other 2/3 of the profits from the king's mines?
Those go towards the costs, of course, for operations, wages, and shaft security.
Who's responsible for the smelting works?
They have their own owners. They buy ore from us and smelt it into pure silver. Then they deduct the royal tithe and they can sell the rest. And not just silver. Processing the ore yields a variety of other materials that can be sold just as well.
What happens in the smelting works?
Each smelting shop has a stamp mill, a roasting pit, and a smelting furnace. The stamp mill is used to crush the ore into smaller pieces to make it easier to process. After that, the crushed ore is roasted in a roasting pit to remove most of the impurities. Finally, everything is smelted in a furnace to separate the pure silver from the slag.
So it's processed similarly to steel for smithing?
Yes, but in steelmaking, you don't have to weigh and record every step thrice.
How are groschen made from the silver?
The royal share from the smelting works goes to the mint in the Italian court. There, the coiners hammer it out into silver sheets for cutting the coin blanks. Then, in the Italian court's preghouse, our minters cut out and punch new groschen.
How many mints are there in total?
Only the main one is left, the one in the Italian court. There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom, but King Wenceslas II united them all. It was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague groschen and the wealth of this region. And of course, his own wealth too.
Okay, well, I think we've learned all that we need to. Now, he wants us to go question everybody. So let us don our scholarly armor and be on our way to learning more about smithing. Should I wear one of the fancier swords, maybe? Yes, I think I will. I'll don this saber. It looks rather cool.
Good to see you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
We to enter the mine. Right?
Scanning on about how he smells it, man. It's bollocks, but
I heard it won't.
Foreman Frank?
what you looking for, Sonny? Can't you see we're hewing?
Sir Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague. Henry. I'm writing a treatise on silver mining.
I didn't know you scribblers were interested in us ordinary yakkers, but you can't just amble around. You'll count your creels.
I just have a few questions.
The more we gab, the less we gar. But make it snappy, man. What you want to know, like?
Are you starting to regret coming to play?
How exactly do you mine ore?
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakker graft, did ya? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And if you keep ganning at it for a couple of years and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion or get scrushed by the ceiling of the road you're hewing.
How do you get the ore outside?
Same way it's hewed, in the dark and in coves. On top of that, you spend a lot of the bloody time on all fours. Once you get out by with the cove, you get a tally, and you can get back in by.
I wonder, how much do you mine in a day?
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face. It varies.
How much did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Listen, kidder, aren't you a bit too curious? Why do you need to know that for? Them numbers won't be useful to nobody.
I really need to know it for my work. My treatise won't be complete without it. Est rerum omnium magister usus. Experience is the best teacher. And you have that experience.
Aye, well, a clever head but a gawk-handed, eh? Alright, I'll tell ya. It was a good gar on the Feast of St. Petronilla. Our yakkers hewed 36 coves.
Thanks.
See you soon, my friend.
So he says that they mined 36 carts. I'm assuming that's what a coral stands for, is cart. Now, let's head down into these mines. Where is the silver at? Also, where the hell am I supposed to be going? That's a dead end. Good lord. Sweet Jesus.
Every craft of my enemy and adversary. May I not anger my God by any sin. The Lord Almighty grant us a peaceful night and a perfect end. Amen.
Great.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Eh? You walk like a ghost, kidder. You gave me a bit of a fright there. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are you? And what are you doing so deep in the pit?
My name's Henry. Sir Christian sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague, and I'm writing a thesis on the life and lot of miners. Are you praying? Why?
The day before the Feast of St. Petronilla, a kidder was hawking here. Young jaybird, a young'un, still wet behind the ears. We dinged the berg, set it ablaze, all good. He took a mell, battered the fault, and the props spangued out. It all came crashing down on him. Done him right in, it did.
That's awful. I'm sorry about your friend.
He weren't just me marrow, he were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. Wouldn't have taken her like. And now, I can't forgive myself.
Come on, it wasn't your fault. Accidents happen. It's God's will.
I suppose you're right. Will you pray with me for his soul one last time?
Sure thing.
Aye. I'll pray with you.
You're a canny lad. Repeat after me. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper,
Almighty
tin,
and
iron,
merciful God,
and
our
all
Father,
ores and metals.
you are the giver
I ask
of
that
gold,
you bless me brother who has died in this
bronze,
mine.
copper,
And may your
tin,
holy angels save
iron,
his soul from
and all
damnation.
ores and
Bring his
metals.
soul to
I ask that
eternal
you bless
glory
my
through our
brother
Lord,
who has
our
died in
Saviour
his
and
mind.
Redeemer, Jesus
May your
Christ.
holy angels save
Amen.
his soul from
Holy God,
damnation. Bring his
Holy
soul
Mighty
to
One,
eternal glory
Holy and Most
through our
Holy,
Lord,
have mercy
our
on us.
Saviour and
O
Redeemer,
Angel of Christ,
Jesus Christ.
Holy Guardian and Protector of my
Amen.
soul and body, forgive me every transgression which I have committed this day, and deliver me from every craft of my enemy and adversary. May I not anger my God by any sin. The Lord Almighty grant us a peaceful night and a perfect end. Amen.
So, are you going to answer me now?
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. Ask about out.
How is the ore mined?
First, we have to survey the shaft and find ore. Then the place gets scored and set ablaze. We set up timber around. The hewers take their tools and start dinging rock and hewing ore. Nothing to it.
What is the work of a miner about?
What it's about? It's about hewing the face and hauling the ore to the bank in coves. Over and over again. Proper graft, that. Can be real dodgy, mind. Might even do you in.
Are deaths in the mine common?
Aye, but every death in the shaft is a waste. Whether it's in a crumple or black damp. Unfortunately, we still bury a yakker or two a month, you know. That's life, like.
So how many corves did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corves.
30.
How much do you make doing this?
Depends on how much we hawk. How hard the rock is, how much ore's in it. It's not really worth it, though. Half a grosh and a corf isn't much of a fight.
That's all I need to know.
Careful!
Now to try to find my way out of here. I remember having to come through water to get there, so right, here's the ladder. I don't like being down here. I am mildly claustrophobic. And the wind makes it sound like someone is screaming. That's terrifying. More water. That way. What the fuck? I went up a ladder. How did I end up back down here? What the fuck? Let me out of here. God. I'm so lost. Where do I go? Okay. This looks... Yeah, this is this is the way to the exit. Out. Let me out. Let me out. Oh, thank God. Oh. I actually started getting a headache. Crazy.
Samko?
Come back in the morning. We'll have a game.
Okay. Okay, jeez. There's not really a place for me to sleep here, so... Not really sure what to do. I can go sleep on one of the tables. Sleep at one of the tables over here near this forge area. Yeah, let's see. I have I have a couple more books. Let's read this one. This one on sword play as well. Spearman training. Interesting. All right. Read some books, did some studying, and now it's morning. That was a quick snack. Some schnapps. A little bit of honey. To you, I think.
Are you Foreman Samko?
Aye, I am. Who's asking?
My name is Henry.
I need to
Stuart
take a
Christian sent me
bath.
to you. I'm a student from Prague, and I'm writing a treatise on miners and mine operations.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but minus rules. Then I'll tell you everything. Would you
A game
say?
of dice? Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. I don't think I've played miners with a real miner before.
See, kidder. There's a first time for everything. Let's crack on. Let the groschen roll.
Right. I don't think you know what you're about to get into, sir. I am Henry of Skalitz, and I don't lose when it comes to dice.
We'll see whose side luck is on today.
I have one out.
My God, if things keep going that way, I won't
Okay,
get to 3.
well,
Here.
Henry of Skalitz, ladies and gentlemen. Greatest dice player around. Oh, Henry of Skalitz, ladies and gentlemen. Greatest dice player around.
Good game, friend.
Great game, Sonny.
Now will you tell me what I want to know?
Aye, ask away.
How much do you make doing this?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse. Half a grosh and a cough is no.
What is the work of a miner about?
Aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about oaken. Any yakker'll tell you that. But proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a midgie without it.
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip, some a swally, some go whoring. As for me, I play dice.
How do you mine ore?
Either we're on hard rock, and then no one's hewing shit, or we're hewing something soft, and then it goes grand. Only then there's not much silver in the ore, and you've got to smelt the shit out of it.
How many cores did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to hawk 34 corves without skimping on hame time.
Okay.
First time in ages,
So
that
we've
was.
got
That's all I need to
3
know.
different
If you
answers.
need out else, feel free to drop by.
But he gave us the highest number. Out of all of them. That's interesting.
This again.
Blacksmith.
Greetings, sir.
Ooh,
I need
yes.
something repaired.
Want to repair anything that I'm wearing.
Great. Happy to be of service.
And then,
What do you have for sale?
if possible, I would very much like to sell a bunch of stuff and buy a bunch of kits. Because, you know, I happen to have just all this. Okay. Well, you know what? Fuck it.
Thank you, sir. And come again.
It increases my reputation. They're happy, I'm happy. I get groschen, he gets
Excuse me?
more stuff that he can then turn around and sell. Whoa. Oh, would you look at that? They have a trough just pumping water. Speaking of troughs, where's the place where I can wash? Because, oh dear God, am I a mess. Thank you. Nobody's home. Just a candle. Hoping this is where they had all their silver stored. Anyways.
I already know how many corvs the crews extracted on the Feast of St. Petronilla. It was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many do you think it says there?
I'd guess it's less.
Then you'd be correct. The book lists 90 corvs extracted. That means 10 corvs of ore disappear each day. But nobody could just come along and take them. We keep a close watch on everything. The unreported corvs must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
What does it mean?
that this is fraud of colossal proportions, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the ore merchant are in it up to their ears.
What about Vavak?
I still think the trail will lead us to him, but we know too little so far. You need to talk to Fett and Herman first. Being involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime, so it should be in their own interest to cooperate. Make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll figure out what to do next.
Oh, now I gotta go talk to the two co-operators. You.
Gepriesen sei der Herr.
We need to talk, Herman.
And who might you be?
Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Discrepancies?
How do you explain that the miner has extracted 100 cores of ore on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the book only says 90?
If it says 90, there must have been 90. The book does not lie.
Or someone is writing down false numbers and hiding 10 corvs.
I do not write anything in the book myself. Foreman Fett counts the corvs here. Go and talk to him instead.
Don't tell me you don't count them too. You wouldn't pay for more corvs than there really were.
Do you have any idea how much ore passes through my hands? How am I supposed to remember how many there were ausgerechnet on the Fest of St. Petronilla? Besides, miners can lie and say they extracted more than they did. They like to show off.
All 3 crews agreed to report more. I seriously doubt that. Your story doesn't add up, Herman. We found out. Simple as that. Don't try to outsmart me and Sir Christian.
I am not trying to do anything. It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corvs to the smelters than we would report, and I would get paid for it. It was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. Then I got some geld from Fett on the side. On the Feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. 10 corvs is 10 corvs after all. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all. I am sure they are in on it too.
How long has this been going on?
Several months, maybe half a year.
Good God.
About since Sigismund arrived.
Is Ulrich Vavak behind this?
The Mint Master? I have no idea. I am a mere assayer. I have never even met Vavak.
Sir Christian and I agreed to investigate the matter in secret, so just act like nothing's going on. Keep doing what you're doing. We don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible. Understand?
Yeah, I understand. I will be as silent as the grave.
Literally, if you don't. My reputation dropped. What? Why would it have dropped? For me doing my job? How dare. I will not stand for this. I will execute someone.
My respect.
A word, Foreman.
Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. I need to discuss a delicate matter with you.
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shat all over the outhouse in the yard again.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Let Sir Christian handle it then. They're his books, and his responsibility too.
But you're the one counting the corves of ore.
Your point being?
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 corves on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads, and they like to show off. I'm sure they just exaggerated. Anyway, what's it to you? Did the steward send you to snoop around? Don't you know? I work for Vavek, the mint master himself. I'm under his protection.
Aye, there's no point in denying it. Herman told me everything.
Bloody snitch.
Now you're under my protection, which is slightly worse.
You have nothing to fear. You're under my protection, and nothing will happen to you. I'll deal with anyone who wants to harm you. Believe me.
Wait, I'll tell you what I know. As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelting works in Grund, came to me. He said someone wanted to talk to me. One of them. So I met this fella in the tavern in Grund, and he told me how it all works. How to cook the books like. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore, and transport it secretly to the smelters, along with the rest. He made it very clear, if I didn't play along, I could have an accident. There was nothing I could do.
Who was that fella from the smelter who came to you?
He never told me his name, even when I asked. He's a tall bloke, stocky, pockmarked. I don't scare easy, but this bloke was terrifying.
How long has this been going on?
For some time now, definitely. I heard even former head gaffer Kircher was in on it too.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. He fell down a shaft. They say he was drunk, but I don't think it was an accident.
Who pays you on the side? You have to pay the miners for what they actually extracted.
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the yakkers and for Herman.
Do you think the mint master, Ulrich Vavak, is behind this?
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me canny whenever he shows up. He says if Christian gives us hassle, he'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that. The mint master himself.
All right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. No one must find out we know about the fraud. Christian won't give you any trouble, nor will anyone else. Is that clear?
Clear as a bell, Mara. I'll be silent as the grave.
The both of you will be dead silent. As far as I'm concerned.
I talked to Fett and Herman.
And? Did they confess?
They did. I mean, I made them. It's just as we thought. The trail leads to the smelting works.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if nothing's happening?
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported corves leave for the smelting works from here. If silver's going missing, that's where it must be happening. You'll have to go and look around, and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon that'll be tricky, though.
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have someone snooping around his property. But he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without the guards bothering you.
Something like your letter of safe conduct. How can I persuade him to give me one?
Like I said, it won't be easy. Nevertheless, I found a way you could gain his trust, at least a little. You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get a closer look at his operation.
A nobleman this time, then.
But be careful. Baresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman here. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor,
I think I've got
or,
that
God
covered.
forbid, bloody rags. But listen, don't carry a weapon. Baresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard with him at all times. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act impeccably, so as not to arouse the slightest suspicion. In short, be charismatic as you can manage.
What else should I know about the smelting works before I go?
In the smelting works, ore from the mines is crushed, ground, and then smelted. They extract silver along with all sorts of other materials from it. Then they give part of the silver to the king for the minting of groschen, and sell off the rest, along with the other materials, to craftsmen.
What should I know about this Buresh before I talk to him?
He's the slyest fox of them all. He comes from somewhere in Moravia, and he moved to Kuttenberg a few years ago. He started to prosper soon after, and not even Sigismund's arrival stopped him. He quickly joined his side. Now he's doing better and better. But whether that means he's involved in something shady, who knows?
What should I wear?
Like I said, some decent clothes. I reckon you can imagine what those look like. If you don't have anything of the sort, visit a tailor in town. I'm sure he can sell you. If you're charismatic enough, Buresh is sure to believe your intentions are good. And make sure you wash up before you go. You can't go and see him looking like some dung-soiled peasant.
I got it.
Alright, well,
I'm ready to go.
I can
Here.
get all that covered.
I've written you a letter of introduction to take with you and give to Buresh. I reckon he won't be thrilled, but he won't turn you down. Ask him discreetly, in passing, how many corves he took from our mines on the feast of Saint Petronella. If my guess is correct, it should be 90. It still doesn't prove anything, but at least it'll give us a clue. You could get something out of the workers. One of them is bound to know something. When you're in the smelting works, keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure something is going on there. Good luck, Henry.
Alright. Well, it would seem we're off to see the smelters. The wonderful smelters of Bohemia. And when we go over there, I think we will go ahead and finish, or at least try to finish, this whole quest for making a better sword than that one man's son. But I feel after that we might have it in with all the smelters. Smelting foam. Let's head over there and do that real quick.
Whoa, whoa.
May God give you health, sir.
What can I do for you?
What do you have for sale?
They still refuse to acknowledge the fact that I did a better job. Yes, I want that. All your kits. over here. Damn. Well, let's see if we can negotiate with him.
I'd like to do something about that price.
Very well.
I want you to pay me for all of my stuff and your stuff.
Do you accept?
We're nearly there. Just lower your price a bit more. Aye, you'll convince me with that price.
That's all.
I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
Now, over here, pebbles, sort by valuables, grab a large assortment of things, and
This.
I want to repair anything interesting that I'm wearing. Possession right now.
Right.
And now I want to sell you a bunch of stuff.
I'll have a look at them.
again.
Let's talk about the price. What would you say to this?
That's quite a sum. Lower your price a bit and we'll make a deal. Aye, you'll convince me with that price. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Is all. More groschen in our pockets. I'm gonna pump some tags. But I doth only have 20 groschen in my pockets.
Jesus Christ be praised. Greetings. You're in a foul temper today, aren't you?
For fuck's sake. Bloody war is all we need. Fields are ravaged, barns are empty, all our ale's gone.
And the women folk are pissed off.
Aye. Siggers gone lounging about in the monastery, shagging the nuns while we suffer.
That's impossible.
Not only is it possible, it's happening.
No, I mean the bit about shagging the nuns. Sedlitz is monks only.
Wait, do you think?
God, no, that's not what I meant at all.
Fucking sodomite!
Hey, look, let's just drop it before one of us says something he'll regret. I quite like my head firmly attached to my neck.
Not heard those whistles before. Alright. Oh no. Where is he?
I'm sorry.
You bastard! I beat you fair and square! Not only did I beat you twice! I made 2 masterpieces! Ah. I need to launder my clothes. Probably.
Stop that whistling.
Shut the hell up.
Like a child.
I will whistle all I want. For I am Henry of Scarlet's, Master Blacksmith, Pickpocket, Shadow of the Night, Hear Sense and Forte.
Hey, you can't ride in here.
Oh, sorry. Thought I was allowed in there. Oh, a herb garden. Does this just have every type of herb?
Stranger, wait, please. I have a favor to...
Favor?
I have a feeling you want something of me.
Yes, I do. You know, I'm so troubled, and I have nowhere to turn. And you just wandered by so opportunely that it can't be a coincidence. There's a powerful protective charm I desperately need. A Thunderstone. It's a great rarity. But Tomlin Bruthans from Horshan has one. He just won't let me have it. The thing is, he sometimes wages it in fights.
I think I understand now. But what about your husband? Couldn't he take care of it?
He tried, of course. As soon as I heard Tomlin had one, I sent Stamir over there right away. But the poor wretch came back black and blue.
Huh. What is a thunderstone?
What is a thunderstone?
Well, they're formed when there's a violent storm with forks of lightning and peals of thunder. The biggest of these are thunderstones. They fall from the sky with a mighty boom and burrow deep into the earth. After a while, they work their way back up to the surface. And if you're lucky, that's where you'll find them.
You want me to fight this guy?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you want me to fight Tomlin and win the stone for you?
Well, yeah. And I know I'm asking a lot, but I'm really desperate. And I have no one else to turn to. I prayed fervently to the Virgin Mary and implored her for help. And now you've shown up. Besides, by the looks of you, you have the strength of a bull, perhaps 2.
I feel like you've asked several other people to do this. But I'll help you.
All right. I'll help with your trouble.
Mary, Mother of Mercy, thanks be to the both of you. This means so much to me.
Save your thanks for when I bring it to you.
I shall. Don't you worry about that. We've got some groschen put by, so you'll be handsomely rewarded. I'm also on good terms with Hannah, so I could put a word in for you at the stud farm. She'll give a generous discount if you want to buy a horse from her. And I'll pray and intercede for you, I swear.
All right, you have yourself a deal. I'll go to Horshan and take on that Tomlin fellow.
God bless you. The Broadhands have a big farm. There's a wayside shrine in front of the gate and an orchard out the back. That's where you should find him. But be careful, and don't underestimate him. The stone has great power, and it won't be easy. God bless you, sir.
Oh, I feel like it'll be rather easy. But